if you ever feel like you're running on empty, like you ain't got much more in the gas tank, like you're completely exhausted, maybe physically, maybe mentally, or maybe a combination of both. Maybe you haven't slept for a while. Maybe you have eaten bad things, right? Like carbs, like bad carbs. Maybe maybe something bad happened in your life, you know? Maybe it all just piled on, right? And now you feel like you're running on empty, which can happen. It can happen realistically. What do you do in those moments? We're gonna talk about firstly when you're mentally running on empty, because that's a little harder, that's a little more difficult, complicated. When you're running on mentally empty, meaning that you're demotivated, you're discouraged, you just don't want to do it, you want to give up, you feel like you're not moving anywhere, like this is pointless. And there's moments, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, you kind of need a brotherhood. You need someone or a friend or someone to keep you accountable, someone who you can tell this to, and he will remind you of why you started. Because this happens, I'm not gonna lie, this happens. We often keep forgetting why we started this whole path, this whole journey. So having someone with the same purpose, on the same mission as you, with the same goal, helps you so much, because you now have another reason of why to not be a bitch in front of your friend, in front of your brother. And brother doesn't mean you have to be brothers by blood, right? You and your real brother, you may have like some different purposes in life. A brother is someone who you can trust and he trusts you, and you have the same goals, and you stick by each other. And whenever one of you is down, there is the second one to pick you back up. Now, it's ideal if you have more of these brothers, and there needs to be complete loyalty and trust. You can share each other's secrets with each other, your darkest stuff that you've ever done, and you can share how you actually feel. Because the second dude is gonna either, whenever he's gonna call you out on your bullshit, right? Whenever like you're actually just being lazy and making excuses, he's gonna slap some sense into you. Maybe metaphorically, right? Maybe he's on the other side of the world, which can happen. You know, it can be, bro. Sometimes people in real life are shit because maybe you're in a shitty town where nobody's ambitious. You might not need that support. Someone who will wake you the fuck up, because maybe you don't have that high of a standard for yourself. Maybe you don't. And it's not okay, but in the meantime, while you're working on that, you should have someone in your corner. So yeah, this would be my advice for that. When you're running on empty physically, it's a different story, to be honest, because in that case, there's something physical, right? Now you can try caffeine, right? Drink a couple of coffees or a really strong coffee, and that may keep you up for a while. Taking a cold shower and getting going on a run, that is a good idea, because those both spike your heart rate. It like completely like increases your heart rate. So that's a good thing, to be honest. But when you're actually feel like you're running on empty physically, maybe it's the things you eat. Maybe you're eating shitty diet, shitty foods, right? Now, I can't give you a blueprint that will work for everyone watching this video, right? Because, for example, whenever I speak with my clients and there's a health problem, I dissect it. I speak with them. I ask them questions about their lifestyles, etc. But with you, I don't know you. I don't know who's going to be watching this video. So that's why you can DM me on Instagram if you need like specific help for you. But I'm going to say in general what will work for 99% of you. For 90% of you, I'd say. What will work for you is stop eating carbs, at least whilst you're working. Consume some caffeine, but not too much of it. Have daily exercise, take a cold shower, whatever, and sleep like at least 6 hours, 5, 6 hours of sleep, and you should be just fine. Now, obviously, ideally, it's 8, but if you're in a place in your life just like me where you can't afford to sleep 8 hours, then even 6 will work. Again, I don't have very like niche down advice, because I don't know who are you and what are your problems in your life. There are a lot of different stuff that may be causing it, physically or mentally. So yeah, man. Again, if you need help with anything, you can DM me on Instagram and I'll see if I can even help you. And I hope that this video was useful in any way. I don't think that in terms of the physical, I think that I've told you mainly what you already know, but I've reminded you, I've woken you up. If you don't handle the basics, how the fuck do you want to move up to the more nuanced, specific stuff, right? So wake the fuck up. You see where you're fucking up, where you know you're fucking up, and then ask, then ask for advice when you've handled the basics. So with this in mind, if you're running on empty, you kind of know what to do. And if you don't, ask someone. And that might not even be me, bro. You don't have to ask me for help. I'm not Mr. Know-it-all. If you don't trust me, ask someone else. But don't stay in that problem. When there's a problem in your life, go and solve it and fix it. This is the basics of masculinity. You fix the problem. You don't just let it rot there. So do something about it. With this in mind, God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one.